morning. So, along with the video I made yesterday, which if you didn't watch it, was basically saying, looking for the triggers, looking at what I feel I do really well, like what I'm proud of the most, which is my strength, my physical strength, like at the gym, my emotional strength. I don't cry a lot and break down and, becoming incapable of dealing, So that strength is like really, to me, the thing that I value the most about myself. And so I was challenged by my mentor to look at the complete opposite of that in me, and where I've been hiding that part my whole life, really. And so to me, the opposite of strength is weakness, even though I realize it's not necessarily, weakness isn't necessarily a bad thing. So it feels like a judgment word to me. But that's how I'm looking at it. I'm judging myself. So I'm going to keep using that word for that reason. But I'm starting to shift my perspective on what that means, because it has served me in a way. And I'm still working on how it has served me. But I'm still processing through this whole thing. But I figured I would talk about it because it is a process. It isn't just an awareness and it's gone. It's let me process through all the feelings and what, the changing feelings and emotions around this idea. So I asked my inner child the other day, I said, where do I feel weak, or where have I been hiding this weakness in my life? And then I just let it go. I let it, figured it would come up, whatever. So as I don't know what I was doing yesterday, and it just kind of light bulb went off. I was on my way home from work. I just had the radio off and just stillness, and it was quiet, and I was kind of talking with myself, and it just kind of popped in my head that I haven't stood up for myself a lot of my life. I kind of have let people not bully me so much, but kind of, in a way, I've let people not always treat me the way that they should have. So, and it's me bullying myself. We always bully ourselves. We're our own worst critics. It's that little voice inside you that says, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that," or "Oh, why did you do this?" And we do it all the time subconsciously. I catch myself doing it regularly, and I'm trying to shift that as well. That voice that is, blaming. Like, why not love that little voice? And that's another topic for another day. But but I've allowed other people to treat me that way too, which just increases my self-talk to be like that as well. So yeah, that's where I feel like has been perceived weakness, if you will. And because of that, it has manifested itself in many ways in my life through other people kind of not being the way they should have been for me. If I really believed in all the strength that I have, people would be showing up for me strongly. And that's actually has changed a lot. Like, people are showing up for me in a strong way now, in a way that they never really have, because I'm stepping into this a lot more. But I think that this awareness is going to help me kind of pace through what is left of the perceived weakness, so that everyone who shows up for me is going to be nothing but strength. I'm going to allow people to help me. This is where I've blocked people from helping me, because it's like if I let them in, they're going to let me down, or they're going to treat me poorly, or they're going to make me feel bad because I needed help, and I know that's not the case. Like, it's like I know here, but I feel here, and it's that difference. It's that exchange that we can tell ourselves one thing and feel a totally different way. So this is an interesting process, because it's there. Like, I know it's there, because I'm getting better, and my awareness is there when I allow people to not necessarily respond the way I would like to, and I am doing a better job of standing up for myself. And I think that's why I think people are starting to show up more strongly for me. It triggered me yesterday because the thing at work, we have this student who's just, you know, out in his own universe, and they said one thing was going to happen and that did not happen, and so it kind of put it back on us to deal with in the classroom. And I got kind of ticked because I was like, you just said this other thing was going to happen. And so now it's like a test. Am I going to stand up for myself and have this conversation today or not? So we'll see if I do that or not. Because I think if I do step up and say, well, what's going on with this? That's the next step closer. So I see this whole thing coming full circle. I see it, how it's manifested itself throughout my life of you know, hiding from this weakness. You know, it's like the Facebook life, right? People put out all the good stuff and they don't necessarily put out the bad. And so everyone's like thinking that, oh, you're so good, you're so good, you're so good. And, you know, that's great because we want to keep putting out that, but it's okay to acknowledge and to embrace and to grow from the places where things aren't perfect. I think that when we feel like we need to be perfect, there's a lot missing. I don't feel the need to be perfect. I just want to get better and better all the time. I've always been a pretty self-competitive person, and I push myself to get better. And that's what this work is to me, and the work that is done in coaching is just self-improvement always. And not pretending, not hiding. So yes, I'm going to continue looking at the perceived weakness. I'm going to continue trying to grow so that everybody shows up for me strong. And so I show up for myself strong, because it's a valuable, being strong is very valuable to me. So why not all of me be strong? So it's work worth doing. And as I continue to process through, I'll continue to share, because I think that it is this is a difficult one. It's big. It kind of intertwines throughout all of who you are or who I am. And so it's in lots of different areas. Like a lot of pieces were showing up. I was like, oh, well, that's why I choose men in relationships who I don't need, because if I needed them, then they would inevitably let me down and hurt me and blah, 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 right? There's that vicious cycle of expecting and getting exactly what I expect. Weird, huh? So yeah, so it's interesting. And all of these things were popping up, and then I said, well, once I let through this, I'll be able to attract somebody into my life who, sorry, I'm driving and the traffic stinks. I'll be able to attract someone into my life who I won't expect to do that to me, and he won't. And until I feel that that's the place, I'm not even going to really try, because I don't want to go through that. And I don't feel like I need to go through that cycle again just to show me what it is that I know, but need to heal first, if that makes sense. Okay. I've talked a lot, so I will continue to process through this and share with you all, and hopefully you can do some of this work for yourself, because I think it's very healing. And I definitely appreciate, Jessica Ahlstrom is my mentor, and I appreciate her mirroring for me. I appreciate her metaphors that she gives to help kind of see the places where this has come into my life. She's really been a good mentor for me, and has helped me grow leaps and bounds and whatever. So check her out if you want on Facebook, Jessica Ahlstrom. She has a couple groups. She has a lot of YouTube videos, so check her out. She's pretty cool. And she's a great person on top of all of the, marvel that she is as a human. So, all right. Catch y'all later. Got to go to work. Talk to you soon.